Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. We haven't had time to get a podcast done, so I figured I'd just do a quick update here. Anyways, like Patrick said, today's the first day of football. Make sure your lineup is set. What you're going to want to make sure that you do is get anyone that's playing tonight, Packers or Bears players, in. I'm going to be inserting a couple different screenshots here for you to be able to see what I'm talking about, so you can try to see where those teams are if you're unfamiliar with seeing who's on what team. You're going to want to make sure that you put them into your wide receiver or your running back spot. You want them there because that way they're set. It's put in. If you have a better player that's going to play like a running back or wide receiver, you can put them into the flex spot without having to worry about having too many wide receivers or too many running backs. If you play somebody in your flex spot and it's locked up on a Thursday, you limit yourself to who else you can play. You're going to figure this out through the season as people get injured, as people are not going to play, as just things come up and you don't want to be able to put them. Even if it's a matchup, you don't want to play them in. Kansas City has a bad defense, has a great offense. But if the Bears are up, the Bears have a great defense. That's something to consider for tonight. You're going to want to be wary about playing players against them if they're still good. They have a new defensive coach, so you're going to want to make sure that, are they still good? May not be. So what you're going to want to do is make sure you put them into the wide receiver or running back spot. That should be up. I should be able to have that there so you can figure it out. Also, I'm going to have a quick little insert to say what team that they're on. You can identify that. Make sure that you move them up into that spot, and then take a look at all your points that are on there. Right now it shows projections on a matchup of how many points you're supposed to be getting. Now, it's not necessarily going to turn out that way. It might show that you are expected to get 100 points, and you only end up getting 70. Or vice versa. Maybe it shows you're going to get 100 points, you get 150. It depends on how players play. These are projections. It's not guaranteed. So don't go dropping a player that you have on your team just because somebody on the waiver wire looks like they'll do better. Because you might be dropping a real valuable player. These are things just to consider as you go through it. Like I said, I'll be throwing in some little graphics in here to show, if they're on your bench, where they're at, where you should be moving it up. If they're in the right spot, how many points that you should be seeing on there, and what the projections are, and that does not necessarily mean that it's going to turn out that way. So anyways, good luck. It's first day of football. Make sure you get your lineup set. Preferably, if you can, put somebody late in on Sunday in those flex spots, or a Monday play if you're playing somebody from Monday. I think you got Broncos, Raiders, and then New Orleans and somebody up against them. So good luck. Hopefully Ethan and I get another podcast up pretty soon, and look forward to seeing y'all. Bye.